Hi, welcome to a new week, a new reading vlog, a new readathon, and a new camera. Hi, so it is Monday the 1st of July. I don't know why that took me so long. It is, obviously, we're starting a new reading vlog. I'm going to try and weekly reading vlog this month. We will see. And it is also the start of, why am I not in focus? Hey. It is the start of the book Junkie trials, or at least for me, because I am a bard, so I didn't get any head start like the mages, but we're still going to win because that's just the truth. That's just what's going to happen. And also, if you can't tell by the fact that I'm looking in a slightly different direction because I have a viewfinder now and I'm panicking about being in focus, I have a new camera. I bought the G7X, Canon G7X on April's recommendation because I was getting sick of using my phone. It was just like limiting in my ability to like do stuff at the same time as filming, and also it was being a pain to upload like onto my computer to do editing, so I gave up on it. What are we reading this week? Glad you asked. So I'm currently in the middle of a couple of things. I'm 100 pages into The Heart Forger by Rin Chipeko. There we go. I'll get used to it, don't worry. And I think it would be better when I'm like not trying to hand off. You know what? Let's do this a little differently. Let's set you up here. Better? I'm probably gonna stay in focus here. So, I am 100 pages into The Heart Forger by Rin Chipeko, which I'm really enjoying. It's the sequel to The Bone Witch. It's a young adult fantasy with necromancy vibes, if that makes sense. I'm pretty sure this is going for the gory gritty challenge, which is not part of my bard path. But I'm reading it anyway. I'm also 160 pages, is that right? No, 110 pages into King of Fools by Amanda Foody, which is the sequel to Ace of Shades. I can't remember what challenge I have this completing, but it is completing a challenge. Really the only ones I'm going to remember are the main ones. Even then, who knows, I may not remember anything. I'm really enjoying this. Again, this is super chunky. This is like over 600 pages. So it's a carryover from last month, but I barely started, so barely. Also on the cards for this week is the last two novellas in Ghosts of the Shadow Market by Cassandra Clare. I've already got it marked. It's the last two here, so this should not take me very long at all. This is definitely on the cards for this week. And the main book in my bard path that I'm going to be working on this week, so I'm going to be working on this every day of this week until it's done, is Artemis Fowl by Ian Colfer. And this was for a book featuring war themes, which I guess is kind of not a classic idea of that. Like obviously you'd think like big battle fantasy, but the plot of this is that young Artemis Fowl, this is a middle grade, captures a fairy, but they're not everything that he expected them to be, and she is Captain Holly Short of the Leprechaun unit, and they're kind of like police detectives, but there's like a bit of a war between fairies and humans, and there's things going on. So that's gonna be for that challenge. I can't remember exactly what location it is, but the one that's about war, which is the first in the bard path. So I'm today definitely going to work on this at the day off work, but I have some other stuff to do, not just read. I've got to do housework and things, and I want to film some videos. So I'm definitely going to work on Artemis Fowl today. I'm going to attempt to read the first 60 pages, may get more done, we'll see. I'm going to try and read one of the stories from Ghosts of the Shadow Market, try and read 50 pages of King of Fools and 50 pages of Heartforger just because it's my day off. But if that doesn't work out, probably Heartforger will be the thing I don't read. But we will see. I might also get to start Kindred this month, which is a collection of short stories by queer Australian authors. So that might also be on the cards. And I probably wouldn't finish it, but my kind of goal is once I finish both of these to go on to this and just read like a short story each time I sit down with it, like each day. And the ones in here are pretty short, so I think that's an achievable goal. Also, this book only has actual like writing up to page 280, so it's not very long, so I think they'll be good. So I'm gonna go put a load of washing on, get some breakfast together, and probably start on Artemis Fowl. This is a reread, by the way. I have read this a million times. It is very beaten up. I've had this like since it came out, or very close to when it came out. This edition came out in, it even has like my name written in it, in childhood stuff. So this came out in 2002. So it's been like almost 20 years. It has my name in it that I wrote in when I was a kid. So it's definitely a reread, but I never finished off the series, and I've only read the like books 5 and 6 like once, and I can't really remember them very well. The kitten is doing weird things. But so I definitely want to start the series and start because it's been a while. Oh, she's being so nervous. She's trying to come see what's up. But she's a bit lost. Let me spin you around. Here you are, baby. Look at her. She just doesn't know what to do, do you? You just don't know what to do. You're a black cat in a colourful world. Yeah. And also there's way too much stuff on that dressing table for her. Baby. Baby, there's no space. There's no space. Also, I have the other cat hanging out here. Hi. Did you just hiss? Yeah, she's so beautiful. Yeah, you're beautiful too, baby. Oh, and don't give me the cold shoulder. You're beautiful too. Yeah. Oh, you just want to bite me, don't you? Yeah. Come here. Come here. No, she doesn't want to. All right. Okay. That'll do. All right, so I'm gonna go get to reading and eating breakfast, and I will see you later when I have an update. I'm going to try really hard this month. Last month I kind of sucked at vlogging, and I was not really talking much about the books I read them. Just something I try and do, but I just didn't work last month. So I'm going to try and work better on that this month. And I'm out of focus again. I'm sorry. So I just grabbed my book out so I can see what everything's that I'm currently reading the challenges is going for, and I entirely forgot I'm also participating in Medieval-a-thon. So Book Junkie Trials is hosted by Rachel over Rachel Marie Book Junkie, obviously, and Medieval-a-thon is hosted by Holly Hearts Books. So I'm doing both, but most of my things overlap. I think there's only one thing that's on one but not the other. So Artemis Fowl counts for the Elven Guard, which is war, military, political themes in the Book Junkie Trials, and it counts for Boots in Medieval-a-thon, which is something yellowed over time. I'm also currently listening to the audiobook of Cress, but I probably won't touch it today. Maybe. I do have a little bit of housework to do. I might listen to some of Cress. So that's The Queendom's Stone, a book featuring royalty. Which, does that go for anything? No, that doesn't go for anything in Medieval-a-thon. What else are we currently reading? King of Fools goes for Dwarf Mount, which is a hint of romance. Apparently King of Fools has a little bit more than a hint of romance, but, you know, close enough. And it goes for Leggings, which is a thick paperback in Medievalathon. The Heart Forger goes for Orc Grove, which is something gruesome, gory, or gritty. But that's not in Medievalathon. And yes, Ghosts of the Shadow Market goes for Beau in Medievalathon, which is something with elves or fae, which is a bit of this. Technically, there's fae. Well, it was just elves, and I extended that out to fae because I think that's pretty reflective of, like, elves and fae are similar enough, right? And Ghosts of the Shadow Market definitely has a little bit of elf action. So, focus, yeah. So that's my what I'm currently reading and what it goes for. And then Kindred, which I also mentioned, goes for The Weeping Falls, which is a tearjerker. And that's it. That's it. That's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. But I just started, while drinking my coffee, I started reading Artemis Fowl, and I'd forgotten how funny it is. I love the narrative voice in most of Ian Colfer's books, actually. Like, what's it called? It's the Half Moon Investigations. Is it just called Half Moon Investigations? That is hilarious. And I've forgotten how funny Artemis Fowl is. So I'm really enjoying my time. Like, there was this line, what did it say? Artemis was perhaps the only person alive who could take full advantage of his recent acquisition. He still retained a childlike belief in magic, tempered by an adult determination to exploit it. Like, it's just so good. It's so good. Alright, I'm gonna go back to reading now, finish my coffee. I'll try and finish this section before I get up and do anything else, and then I'm gonna shower, clean the house a little bit, maybe listen to Cress while I do that, and then film some videos. Yes. When you live with two boys and you find a half-drunk, many days old carton of chocolate milk, I think it was coffee milk, but it was thick. Anyway, I'm gonna go listen to Cress while I brush my teeth. I'll shower, and then I'm gonna film some videos, but I'm also like working on washing at the same time. Oh, do I do the dishes first? I should do the dishes before I shower. I'll do the dishes, then I'll shower, then I'll film. Yeah, it is currently 10:21. I've read half of the section of Artemis Fowl, so yeah, we're making all right progress. I got a lot of filming to do today. I also want to go to the library because I got a book to pick up, which I don't think I'm going to manage to fit in to my July reading life, but I'm going to try and fit it in August. But I got to pick it up today and drop off some things after I film my wrap up. So I'm definitely going to try and get that all done sooner rather than later. And then I have a bunch of washing to fold. Hi, so I just finished filming some videos today. I've got to go to the library, drop some stuff off, pick something up, and also I'm going to go grab lunch while I'm out. What am I going to eat? That's a struggle. I've got to figure out what I'm going to eat. But I will be back soon. I'm going to edit some videos today and also finish reading the section of Artemis Fowl. I do also have a bit more washing to do, but I'm getting through the day. And it's only lunchtime, so we got heaps of time. So I have put on a jumper because I got cold, but I went to the library. I dropped off My Brother's Husband Volume 1 and 2, which were due back today, and I picked up another thing, which I'll show you in half a second. But I also went and got some Boss Burger for lunch. Was just feeling that, like, greasy grossness. I ate it all, but I had to, like, stuff myself to do it, and I'm kind of regretting it. But do I care? Not really. The book that I picked up from the library is Jacoby by William Ritter. It is a paranormal fantasy, maybe. I've heard it compared to like Sherlock Holmes, which is why I decided, that was a burp, decided to pick it up. It's only like just barely 300 pages, or not even, like 299. I don't think I'm going to fit it into my July TBR, but I wasn't sure at the time when I requested it from the library. I'm definitely going to try and fit it into my August TBR. We'll see. But also this has been out for a while, so I should be able to renew it at least once, if I'm lucky. Anyway, currently I'm editing, well actually I'm importing from my phone some clips into my computer to edit for reading vlogs for the last part of the Sims-a-thon, so the last 2 weeks of the Sims-a-thon. So they're currently importing and I'll edit. I am also working on Artemis Fowl. I have another chapter to go for this today's 60 pages, but it is a long chapter, but I'm definitely going to do it. I think I might do it now while everything's importing, and then do the actual editing in a bit. So while my footage was importing into my computer, and then kind of a little bit after, because I decided to just finish out the chapter, I finished today's section of Artemis Fowl. So I've read 60 pages today. I may come back to it later, we'll see, but I did check the expected release date for Wilder Girls, which is my next like stop on the Book Junkie trials, and the thing I'll be like that will take over my rotation from this. So if you didn't know, I'm reading, like, I read multiple books at once and bring things into the rotation as things leave, if that makes sense. So the thing taking over from this, which is the next stop on the Barb Path, is Wilder Girls, which doesn't come out till the 9th. And I have less than 9 sections in this. So I think I might just leave it till, like, won't worry about reading it, the next section today. I think I can just read tomorrow. And I'm gonna work on reading some of this every single day. So it's gonna be my priority every day. So it'll definitely get read, no problem. So I'm gonna mark 60 pages off in my page tracker and edit some videos, and then I will probably pick up the first of the last 2 Ghosts of the Shadow Market novellas. Which also, I don't want to, but I've got a whole heap of washing I should fold. I don't want to though. Oh, I was gonna say, but I forgot. I forgot how goddamn funny Artemis Fowl is. I read these when I was a kid. This came out in 2001, 2002, the first book, and I would have read it around then, maybe 3 or 4. And that's a long time ago now. I was in primary school. I dressed up as one of the main characters for a book day. Like, it was a big part of my childhood, but I never finished the series because I was like growing out of it, I guess, and it just was lower on my priority. But I forgot how goddamn funny it is. The narration is hilarious. I love Holly. She's amazing. And I just, the nostalgic feels are really getting to me. So that's my current thoughts on Artemis Fowl. The nostalgic feels are getting to me. Do I look a mess, and have I just eaten too much Subway? Yes to both. I am currently uploading my second video of the day, which is my June. Why am I so bad at remembering months? My June wrap up is currently uploading. I also uploaded my vlog from 2 weeks ago, but I plan to work on the next one tomorrow. I'm going to sit down for the moment and read the first story that I'm going to be reading from Ghosts of the Shadow Market, which is actually like the second last one, but you know. And I also want to try and get through at least a section of King of Fools today. So it's now like, what time is it? 7:08. Maybe I might treat myself to a bath. That sounds glorious. I might do that after I've read this. Yeah. Oh, that lighting. Oh, buddy. So I went and had a bath, which you can tell by the fact that my hair is wet again on the ends, but that'll dry soon, I guess. I had read about half of the novella for Ghost of the Shadow Market when I went into the bath, and this is a bulky book, so I didn't take it with me, and instead I read some of King of Fools, like about half of the 50-page section I'd marked out in this. We ran out of hot water, so the bath was kind of cold. But, you know what, these things happen from time to time. And then I've just settled back into that. It's like 10 o'clock. And I've just finished... Ooh, it's suddenly bright again. Just finished the section in Ghost of the Shadow Market, this novella. This was called... What was it called? The Lost World, which we followed mainly Livy and dealing with the things that happened at the end of Queen of Air and Darkness. I really liked it. It was sweet. I also loved the addition of the Carpathian links, and then its name's Irene. I'm guessing after Irene Adler, and I love that. I think that's great. So I'm going to update Goodreads for that now, and then finish this section of King of Fools for the day, and then go to bed. I think this shouldn't take me long, but I am also sleepy, so this will probably be my last update for the day, and I'll see you in the morning. Did I have a productive day? Yes, I did film 2 videos, I edited and uploaded 2 videos, I read a decent amount. Was it the perfect day? I don't know, it was a day. It was good. Yeah, cool. Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow. Hi. So it is Tuesday morning. I'm about to go to work. I do have to feed the rabbits. But I have put in my bag to take with me Heart Forger by Rinchi Pico. I may or may not get to it today, and as soon as I get home I'm going to work on Artie and Ghost of the Shadow Market, because I want to finish Ghost of the Shadow Market today. Would be great. But they're both... Artie has huge chapters and Ghost of the Shadow Market is very big, so I was like, not ideal to pack for work. So I popped in Heart Forger. It's just better shape, better chapter lengths, for a quick occasional bout of reading at work. And I'm probably gonna have a busy day, so, but I will try and work on my audiobook, which is Cress, and I'll update you on that later. I'm like a quarter of the way through. So I ordered a camera case about the time that I bought this camera. I was supposed to be delivered today via toll, but apparently, because I wasn't here to pick it up, they have to take it away again. And I can sign the card they left, and then they can bring it back, and then they can leave it. Like, I know they're probably just covering their ass, but like, it's a camera case. It was $30. Just leave it. Anyway, that's my ridiculous thing of the day. It is currently 5, maybe? Almost 5 p.m. I just got home from work, basically. I read none of Heart Forger all day. I listened to a tiny bit of Cress. So now I'm about 1/3 of the way through Cress by Marissa Meyer. Which I don't even remember what challenge that's for anymore. I know it's... Maybe it's the one about royalty? Or is that for Medievalathon? It goes for some challenge. But I haven't read anything else yet. I did read like 2 pages of Artemis Fowl before I left for work while I was waiting for Brayden to get ready. And I'm going to keep going on that now. And then I have yoga at 6. Because I haven't been in ages. Because last week got busy. So I'm going to go to yoga. And I'll read some of this before we go. God, it's shiny. Yes, shiny. My goal is to get through the section of this and the last novella in Ghost of the Shadow Market tonight. before I go to work so then I can take Heart Forger with me to work and work on that there. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know if it's gonna... Oh, she's not doing it anymore. Oh, can you see her? Oh, hey! Oh, and she went running. Oh, you can just see her. Oh, I don't know what she's trying to get at. But she is real excited about it. So I went to yoga. Great. That's great for me. Had chips and gravy for dinner. That's great for me. Do I care? Not really. I just finished today's section of Artemis Fowl. That was 50 pages, which puts me like nearly halfway, I reckon. I'm really enjoying it. Again, it's so funny. I also think I'm getting more of the jokes this time. There's some kind of more mature jokes that I missed. It's middle grade, but like really accessible middle grade. So I've been having a great time reading this. It's really fun. I'm definitely, yeah, like flying through it. It's not going to take me super long to read at all. I'm definitely going to be finished this week. I'm about to go shower because I have work in an hour. But then I'm going to try and read some of Ghosts of the Shadow Market, and I'm on the final story now. So I'm definitely going to finish this tonight. And then I'm going to take the Heart Forger with me to work. This may come to work as well. Not sure. We'll see. But my day's been pretty uneventful otherwise. So what is the cat doing? Look at her. Tightrope walking. They've been having a bit of a fight tonight. So not sure where Trixie is. But they've been fighting low-key. But yeah, I feel like I don't really have much to update on, but like, I guess life has been freaking normal. I'm gonna try and take my camera, I'm gonna find a way to wrap it all up and I'll give you an update at work, ideally. So I've decided not to take my camera to work, so I'm just gonna do a quick update now. I'm in my PJs, my panda PJs, and I am halfway through the section of Ghosts of the Shadow Market, so I'm gonna take it to work with me. So I can finish it tonight, and then we'll see how far through the section of Heart Forger I get. We'll see. Miracles could happen. I will talk to you probably tomorrow afternoon. Remind me to tell you about this short story though, because this is freaking weird. It's weird. So I just got home from work via the delivery place. Like I had to go pick up my delivery, because you know, great. But I now have a camera case, so that's fun. And I also came home to the greatest surprise ever. Well, I mean, it's not a surprise. I just didn't know when it was going to be coming. So I won one of the 150 Demix giveaways for this that they were doing. Oh. It is like slightly printed off center, like it's been cut not quite rectangular. But obviously they would have been like cheap made, so I'm not and it doesn't cut off any of the important stuff like content wise, so I don't really care. I'm going to be reading this in August. I think April and I are going to read it on FaceTime so that she can experience it, because she didn't get one, and I'm not quite willing to part with it. But I'm so excited and so thankful. Thank you, Demix, for your giveaway, and thank you for picking me for your giveaway. Oh, I was also going to update you on my thoughts of Ghosts of the Shadow Market, wasn't I? Well, the first of the two novellas. Cute, sweet, loved it. Irene's my new favourite thing. The second one, I want to scrub my eyes out with soap. That was also cute. So it'd be spoilers if I told you more, but like it obviously leads into wicked powers and it's nutso. I'm like torn. I'm like, sometimes I think Cassie Clare like pulls her villains out of her ass, but it's also pretty entertaining, so I imagine she'll pull off wicked powers. I'm just not confident at the moment. I'm going to read we're going to yoga later tonight, but I'm going to read some of Artemis Found now, and I'm hoping to start Kindred today, so those things are on the cards. So we've been watching a bit of Glee tonight while eating dinner, and I went to yoga. But before I went to yoga, I did read the first story in Kindred, which is Rats by Marley Jane Ward, and it's set in kind of a dystopian, perspective with like subway rats, I guess. Like, I think it's exploring homelessness in Melbourne. It's a little bit of a meet cute romance, but also looks a lot at like, yeah, it was hard to tell if it was futuristic dystopian or just like slight future dystopian. And it's really looking into like the police state against homelessness and stuff like that. But it's very short, so it doesn't really delve into it too much. It just kind of like brings out that world a little bit. I did really enjoy it. I thought it was very entertaining. And the way it looked at language and culture and stuff was great. And I love seeing myself reflected, or like places I know reflected in fiction is always fun. So I did have a really good time with it. I'm going to now sit down with King of Fools again and read the next section in this, and see how far I get. Who knows? I am already getting sleepy though, so it might not be long. So, I just wanted to do a quick update while I finished drinking my coffee. Yes, I stole Jessie's AbFab mug. It's honestly the best thing. So, I did end up getting through my 60 pages of King of Fools last night. So good on me. I wanted to kind of give you an update now that I'm like, I think maybe 200 pages through it. Kind of tell you what I'm thinking. In the first 50 or 100 pages, this is basically the sequel to Ace of Shades, which I really enjoyed. The first 50 or 100 pages, I was a little bit lost. I probably should have done a reread, but I don't have time to reread anything that I haven't read in the previous. If I've read it in the previous 5 years, I'm not doing a reread. I don't have the time. And there wasn't a recap available online. Somebody recap the Ace of Shades for me. So, first 100 or so pages, I was really confused, but only because I was trying to link it to things I could only vaguely remember in Ace of Shades. Second 100 pages, I feel like that settled a bit more. I feel like I know everything I need to know. Like, I'm not constantly going, oh my god, what have I missed from Ace of Shades? The romance is definitely taking a higher priority in this book. I think the romance really took a back step in Ace of Shades. It wasn't right at the forefront. We had a couple of like moments between Anne and Levi, but they weren't like front and center. The action was way more important, but so far in King of Fools we have like one part politics and figuring out how gang like politics works, and a little bit of like mainstream politics in there too, and the connection to gangs, of that to gangs. And then the other half is equal parts like the politics of the romance, of like it's that kind of slow burn, will they, won't they, because of their political situation. So where they stand in the gangs and like keep for each other's, like for their own benefit. Everyone's being really selfish because I guess they should. And so their priorities aren't aligning well, and what that has for the romance is really big. Like, it's brought up all the time. They're constantly thinking about like, I know I really like her, but like, I'm doing what's best. That trope only makes sense in situations like this where like there's a broader context that actually like makes sense. And he's being an idiot, but he's very Slytherin AF, in a kind of Hufflepuff way. He'd be a Slitherpuff, where he's like so ambitious to his own detriment, but also a little bit of a bean. Whereas Anne is like pure Slytherin. And so they're both so ambitious and so trying to get to their goal that they're willing to step on each other. And I think that actually really works, that they're not sharing and they're not supporting each other very well, because they're both super ambitious and they're both kind of working towards their own goals, which I am enjoying. I feel like the plot has been laid in, which I like. I hate trying to trudge through a book where you don't know what the end, like, kind of goal is till right near the end. But you can tell what's been laid down. It was laid down pretty early, but it hasn't really, like, come to fruition yet. We're dealing with, like, a rigged election, and it's just a fun time. I'm really enjoying it. It's breezy to get through. Like, I fly through it when I'm reading it. So I did finish all 60 pages last night. Like, I just flew through them. Okay, I'm gonna go shower, because I gotta go to work. You can tell I'm not work ready. Today I'm going to try and read 40 pages of Artemis Fowl because there's 120 pages left, but if I did 60 and 60, it was like right in the middle of a chapter and they're big chapters. So we're doing 40, 40, 40. I'm just reading some other stuff because Wilder Girls Ain't Here Yet, which is my next read after Artemis Fowl in my Bard Path. It's not coming in until early next week, so we can do 40, 40, 40, no problem. I'm going to try and read one story from Kindred. I really enjoyed the story I read from Kindred yesterday. And I want to try and read some of both King of Fools and Heartforger. We will see. Wish me luck. So I just got back from work. I have been listening to a lot of Cinder today, which is great. I'm almost done. I've got like an hour and a half left of normal times, like a half hour of listening time, but I don't think I'll get it done tonight. I don't tend to listen to audiobooks at home. They're my like work commute read, but it's some of the most audiobooks I listen to, so that's weird. I'm not used to it, but I am really enjoying it. It just felt like the middle bit, I was just like, when's it going to end? But everything was interesting. Yeah, I think it's good. I like it. This is obviously the third book in the Lunar Chronicles. I'm not sure which one I like best, though. I don't know if I can help you with that. Anyway, I'm home now. I'm going to read 40 pages of Artemis Fowl and the next story in Kindred, which is called In Case of Emergency Break Glass by Erin Goff. So I'm excited for that. And then, I don't know, tonight do I work on Heartforger or King of Fools? I'm really enjoying King of Fools. It's kind of settled into its plot. But I need to move forward with Heartforger for it to settle into its plot. I want to try and get to both, but it's like 60 pages of both. So I don't know if that's achievable. So, I've got like 45 minutes till we leave for yoga. And what are you doing out there? And I finished the 40 pages of Artemis Fowl. So I now have like 80 pages left. I'm really enjoying it. Things are happening. I can't quite remember how it ends, which is really exciting. And it's almost done. Like, I could power through this and finish it tonight if I didn't want to try and read some other stuff. But we're going to read some other stuff, so we're not going to do that. I also read the next story in Kindred. It was good. It was kind of like a lesbian emerging understanding of sexuality kind of story, but also looked at conservationism and some other cool stuff, sustainable farming, things like that, in this short little novella. Essentially we follow Amy, who's a part of a catering company, and on one side she's kind of wanting to break up with her boyfriend because she doesn't find kissing him like interesting. Like, she's not into kissing him. She likes him, but she's not into kissing him. And so they'd had a fight and she thinks they're going to break up. And then also the catering company is running, they're all about sustainable farming and like locally sourced produce, and they're catering an event for a guy who's doing a development in an area that has honeyeater birds. So it's kind of like that, those two main things, conservationism and lesbian stuff, because she ends up making out with a protesting girl. It's so good. I did enjoy it. I'm not rating these individually. Normally I rate each short story individually in a collection like this. Or maybe I should. If I was rating them, this one would be a 4 stars, and the first one, oh, maybe this would be a 3.75, and the first one would have been a 4. I just felt like the grittiness of the first one really worked. And it was Melbourne based, which I'm familiar with. So, yes, I am enjoying those so far. I'm definitely enjoying this collection. I don't know if there'll be anything in here that I'll actively not enjoy, so that's exciting. And they're all pretty short too. One thing I can't stand is when short stories drag on. Anyway, in the next like half hour before I have to start getting ready for yoga, I'm going to try and read some of Heart Forger, which I have in my handy dandy book sleeve because I took it to work today and didn't read any of it. So I'm going to work on that and we'll see how far I get, and then ideally I'll finish this after getting home from yoga and having dinner and can move on and also read some of King of Fools. We will see. So I'm about to go to bed. I did not get as much read as I thought I might have. I read half of the section of the Heart Forger before yoga. Then we went to yoga. It kind of ran a little late. We got dinner, got home. By the time we'd finished eating dinner, it was like 9 o'clock. And we watched, like during dinner, we watched an episode of Glee. By the time that was over and I got back to bed, I finished the half of the Heart Forger and I didn't read anything else. So that's where we're at. I'm a little bit behind on my page count goals, but not enough to be a problem, I don't think. Like still totally catch upable on the weekend and ahead. I'm gonna try and get some good reading done tomorrow, though we may or may not be going to a pole dancing show, so we'll see. But I'm gonna work on King of Fools again tomorrow. I'll take it to work, see if anything happens there. I doubt it, but we'll see. I definitely want to finish Crest tomorrow at work. I'm almost done. I'm like half an hour of listening and I'm ready to be done. So I'll talk to you tomorrow definitely about what I thought of Crest overall. I'm gonna work on King of Fools. I'm gonna read another story in Kindred. I'm gonna read 40 pages of Artemis Fowl. That's the goal. That's the goal, alright? Do you believe in me? No, I wouldn't. Alrighty, so I'm just about to head to work, hence why I'm in my coat. I'm gonna finish Crest this morning at work before I have like meetings and stuff. Because I'm only like half an hour of actual listening away from the end. We might be going to a pole dancing show tonight. I think I'm going to mention that. I'll book it today. So we'll see how much reading I get done. But I don't have a busy weekend unlike the last couple, so that should be alright. Well, the lighting's awful, I'm sorry. There we go, that's a bit better. It's like really foggy outside. I'll try and get a shot for you. Yeah, can you see that mist over on the left? Like, that's normally not like that. I'll try and go through the thingamajig. Oh yeah, look at that mist. It looks cold. Yeah, it looks cold. So that's going to be fun. Yay. So I'm sitting down reading Artemis Fowl. I've just been playing around with some editing software on my phone to maybe, like I've started a new Instagram account for book related stuff. And I'm experimenting there, so if you were interested, you should go check me out on Instagram. It's biancareads94, same as Twitter. Yeah, I am trying out the Instagram Live. April was spending some time working on Instagram today, and I was like, oh, don't tempt me now. I want to do that. but now I'm going to sit down and fully kick into this. I've got 2 sections left, so I'm going to read 1 section today. We are going to the Pole show tonight. We bought tickets. So my goal for tonight is for sure getting this and also the next story in Kindred read. And other than that, we will see. Apparently, I have a package coming at like before 8 p.m. But I've never had anything delivered after 4 o'clock in my life. And it is very much now after 4 o'clock. Oh my god, look at this girl. She's going for the camera because I have a dangly attached to it. Oh. What's that? What is it? Oh, did you lick it? Oh, you're very cute. She's like, fuck off. I'm not cute. You're so cute. So yeah, I don't know if that package is actually going to come today or whether it's going to come Monday. We will see. We'll see. So I've changed shirt for tonight. Hey, it's got flowers on it. Kind of. They're kind of flowers. I did finish the section of Artemis Fowl. We've got 1 chapter left, but they like 40-page chapters, so I'll decide if I leave it tomorrow. It'll depend what time we get home tonight. And I did read the next story in Kindred, which is really exciting. This one was a little darker, I think. It was called Bitter Drought, and it followed 2 boys, and it was kind of like a bit of a fantasy world, kind of. They lived in this tiny, like, medieval-style village, and they were, like, farmers. And Simeon, his sister is dying, and he gets, like, a kind of magical message to go seek out the witch. But obviously magic has its price, and it's a little established romance kind of story. A little sad, but it was good. I did really enjoy it. So that's, like, 3 for 3. I think I would give it a 3 stars. I think it was not quite as cathartic. It didn't wrap up quite as nicely as some of the previous ones, but still a really good story. So the next one, which I will probably be reading tomorrow, is I Like Your Rotation by Jackie Brown. And then on Sunday, I will read Sweet by Claire G. Coleman. So I'm excited for both of those. And that's the plan for this week for Kindred. I'm going to finish Adam's Spell either tonight or tomorrow, and I'm going to work on King of Fools and Heartforger all weekend. I want to get really close to finishing them both, if not finishing at least one. But we'll see what happens. I'm always optimistic in these kind of things, aren't I? So who knows? So I was waiting to see when we got home if that other book had been delivered before I did a mini haul for you, because I went to the bookstore today looking for 1 book and came out with 3. Classic. But that book didn't arrive. So let's just show you those 3 books that I got. So this was the one I went in for. This is The Light Between Worlds by Laura Weymouth. This is a standalone, like, contemporary fantasy, I think. It says on the end, on the back, don't let the worlds you walk break you. I believe it's got some, like, yeah, like Portal World kind of stuff. This cover is gorgeous, as you can see. It vaguely matches the cover of her next standalone fantasy. And then let me also show you these end pages. Like, look at those end papers. It's kind of like the paperback where it, like, folds open. Yeah. And look at those. How beautiful are they? Oh, look, we got a spoiler alert. Which brings me to the next book that I bought. This is Witchwood by Tahara Murphy, which is the 2nd book in this companion series. I haven't read it furthermore, but the plot of this one appealed to me more. So my thought was, I might try this, and if I like it, I'll get furthermore. Fair? Yeah. This is also a gorgeous cover. It's throwing out my white balance a bit, but it's gorgeous. And then the other book I got was, like, part cover by, part gorgeous synopsis and, like, good blurbing by. And this is Other Words for Smoke by Sarah Maria Griffin. I have heard someone talk about this. I think it might have been Cassie from It's Sassy Cassie. like, look at that owl in the background. I didn't spot it at first. It's got pink sprayed edges. It's been blurbed by Christina Henry, Matt Colleen, and Christine Lynn Herman, and V. Schwab. And I'm really loving the kind of atmospheric, fantasy, contemporary kind of vibes that Christine Lynn Herman has. The Lost Coast had that same kind of thing where it was magic-y, but it was also like set in our world, and I've been loving that lately, and that's what this seems to be. So I'm hoping it's that, because I'm gonna be real hyped for it. Also, it's got footnotes and stuff in it, so like, love me a footnote. Anyway, it's like almost midnight. We went to this pole and burlesque competition show night that our friends are in. And we had to leave early because we were so tired, and like we left at like 10:30, and it was like we still had heaps to go. We feel a little bad, but like Jesse had been up since like 5:30. He was about to get full grump, and it's late, and we had to get dinner. So it's like midnight, and I'm just getting into bed now, but that's how life is sometimes. It's just how life is sometimes. Anyway, I do have like 20 pages left in my section of King of Fools for today, so I'm gonna like smash that out before I go to bed. I've still got a Coke I'm drinking from dinner, so we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna like collapse into bed. Tomorrow I'm gonna finish Artie, read a short story in Kindred, and then we'll see what happens with Hub for Drinking of Fools. But I want to read a F-ton. An F-ton. Okay, so I'm still in bed, still in my pajamas, but I did just finish Artie. Look how shiny that baby is. Oh yeah. I love this book. I'm sure it's like 4 parts nostalgia, 4 parts quality, but it was just so good. Oh my god. I don't think you can see it on camera, but I can see my breath. I didn't realize it was that cold, to be honest. Yeah, it's so good. I can't explain it. So if you didn't know, and I failed to explain it earlier in this vlog, I think, Artemis Fowl, this is the first one, by Ian Colfer. It follows a 12-year-old guy named Artie, who is a genius, criminal mastermind, and he decides that he's going to rob the fairies because they have riches and he needs riches. Though he's already like a billionaire mastermind, but I think his dad lost them some money in some like bad investment or something, so they're brokers than they normally are, but still millionaires, but they weren't billionaires. So he wants to steal fairy gold to get back his money. Essentially, it's like a kidnapping heist plot, and it's amazing. It's just so good. And we also follow Captain Holly Short of the LEP, the LEP recon unit, so she's a LEP recon. You know, the pun, haha. And they're essentially like fairy police, and she gets kidnapped as part of this thing, but she has a large role to play in the story, and just I really enjoyed this. I'm trying to think of anything I could fault to bring it down. Like, this is a middle grade, maybe YA, like he's 12, so middle grade. That's just so funny, so well paced. I remember when I was a kid finding the chapters really long and hard to get through, but I was a kid, and now not so much. It was easy breezy. But they are long chapters, but they're paced well and broken up well. And it's just such a fun time. It's so fun. This is, to me, has the same kind of vibes, but like the magical version and the slightly younger version of like Stormbreaker, the Anthony Horowitz book. If anyone's read that, there was a movie. Like it was so good. Like heisty, spy-y, kind of got that kind of like high action vibes that were big around this time. Like this came out in 2001. And I was totally into that scene when I was like 6. I think I would have read this for the first time when I was like 7 or 8. And it just, so good. It's just amazing. Like, I know my love for it is part nostalgia, but it's just so clever and so funny. I don't think it is condescending at all, which I can sometimes find in middle grade. Like, it's simple enough to be interpretable like by a 12-year-old and probably younger. I was reading it much younger originally, but is still like gives kids credit due, especially considering the main character is a 12-year-old mastermind. Like, it gives credit where credit's due, which I really like. And it's just so fun. I am so pumped for the movie coming out. I believe it comes out in August, though it may have pushed back dates. I don't know. Originally it was August. I'm so pumped. Can someone come see the movie with me? Because I'm so ready. I'm going to switch over to King of Fools for a while. Maybe read like 70 pages of that before I read my like short story in Kindred today. Because I want to get through so much book today. Also, for the Medievalathon, today's challenge is to read over 150 pages. We've already read 40, so we're getting there. And I definitely think it's possible. I want to read over 150 pages today. I want to read like 250 pages today if I can. We'll see if it's possible. Also, I don't think I said, Artie is my first like official Bard Path read for the Elven Guard, which was a book with war, military, or political themes. My next Bard Path book is going to be Wilder Girls by Rory Power for the Hello Isle, something atmospheric or a horror book, but I'm waiting for that to arrive. I'm going to be scouring the bookstores Tuesday on its release day, and if it's not there, I'm going to be getting the ebook until I can get my hands on it because I'm so excited. So did I not say that I was expecting yesterday's potential package to arrive Monday because it's Australia and post doesn't deliver on a Saturday? What's this? So I'm going to open it. I've never even properly opened an Amazon package before, so who knows how to do this? Ooh. Oh. Oh, I like that so much. That's so cool. So it looks like, this is Collateral Damage by Taylor Simmons. And look, it looks like, oh, it's focusing on the girl's face, oh my god. It's meant to look like a graphic novel, like a comic. Oh, that's so cool. Oh my god, and it has illustrations throughout. I'm dying. Okay, I'm so excited for this. I've heard a lot about it, and I'm so happy. So this is a kind of like person next door story. So like if there was a world of superheroes, this is about the people living on the outskirts. So kind of like the rest of us just live here, but apparently way more plot constructed and hilarious. Apparently the dialogue in this is the funniest shit ever. So I'm excited. I think I heard Rocky from Blonde with the Book talking about this, which is why I decided to pick it up. Book update, life update. I'm like red in the face. I don't even know why. It's like almost, what time is it? 9:22. We've just been to the cinema and to dinner. We watched Annabelle Comes Home, that new Annabelle movie. I was a mess. I don't do well with horror movies in the cinema because I can't laugh and like hide myself in a book during a lot of it. Normally we watch a horror movie at home and I read through all the scary parts so I don't have to look, which you can't do in a cinema. So I was high-key dying, but we went and then we had late sushi dinner. I have read today, obviously I finished Artemis Fowl earlier. I read 70 pages of King of Fools, which was lovely. I'm really enjoying this at the moment. It's got all the things going on and I think it's just like, I'm only like just over halfway, but it's just so good. The slow burn romance, really good. The action now, like since I understood what was going on, the action is really good. It's a lot more political than book one, but I'm really interested to see how the ending is. and I just finished the next story in Kindred, which was it was called I Like Your Rotation by Jackie Brown, and it dealt with disability and lesbian stuff. I do think it's only a 3-star from me, but the things I loved about it were the way disability was handled. You can tell its own voices. I have a wheelchair using brother, very high needs brother, and I also do disability support work for a wheelchair using lady. That's my job. And I think a lot of the experiences I was very familiar with, and I thought they were, yeah, like I was really impressed with the amount of disability, like day-to-day life stuff that was included, and things that people don't think about when they're not in either a wheelchair user or a regular person with wheelchair users. But what I wasn't a fan of was the writing style. I think it was just a little simplistic, a little, it didn't quite evoke the imagery. Sorry, I keep moving to like get my face in focus. It didn't quite have the imagery that I wanted from it. It was just like not quite there, you know, just not quite all the way, but it was good. So 3 stars for that story. And now I'm going to go back to King of Fools for a little bit more, and take this to work with me, and we'll see how far we get. I also have Heart Forger, but I don't think I'll take that. I think I'll just work real hard on King of Fools today. Holla. It's nighttime. So I did read 50 pages of King of Fools, which is in this book bag. I'm really enjoying it. I definitely think, I keep saying like the plot has settled, by which I mean at the start I was effing confused, and then I kind of got used to it, understood what was going on. I think it's very political, a little romance heavy, but not really, but definitely more focusing on the politics than on action. But I'm really enjoying it, and I'm like loving every minute and can't wait to see the twists and turns. On the other hand, I have some minor gripes about the Heart Forger by Rune Baker. So this is the second book in a series. I enjoyed the first one but didn't love it, and I think I'm feeling the same way about this, but I figured out what some of my problems are. For one thing, it's told in 2 perspectives, which is like 2 timelines, and one's present tense from one character and one's present tense from another character, but about the other character. And I think one thing that I really struggle with is that the 2 sections have a totally different tone, even though they're following similar characters, and I believe the time jump is not particularly significant, but the tone is completely different, and because it jumps back and forward between every chapter, I struggle with it, and I don't think they're tied together well enough that the foreshadowing and things really work between each other. Like, they just seem like they don't mesh well. And then the writing style in the like main chapters is probably not my favorite. There's a lot of characters that, like, I'm halfway through the book now and we still get introduced to characters and worlds that I feel a bit lost in because I can't really remember details from the first book, and I can't even remember if they were well explained in the first book. It's like I'm supposed to just know the politics and how this particular place ties into everywhere else without it being well explained to me, and I feel like it should at least be explained to me in this book. Even if it is the second, like, one sentence recap would be good. Thanks. So I'm getting confused about the politics and the world, and yeah, I think it's really lacking on the world building, but I like the characters and I like the magic system. But even the magic system is super confusing, and I feel like it's not laid out enough for me to understand what's going on, if that makes sense. I feel like if I'd have reread Bone Witch right before reading this, I feel like I'd be a bit clearer on the magic system because I would have got those like early stuff that was dropped a bit better. But I feel like it could have been written in a way that kept those threads and info going through book 2 in a kind of natural way. I don't know. I don't know whether it's just too complicated. I'm not sure. I'm enjoying my time, but like I'm so confused. I don't really understand what's going on whatsoever. So that's where I'm at. I'm on, do I pull out the actual books to actually check what page numbers I'm on? I'm on page 405 of King of Fools. So we've got like 250 to go. And I'm on page 263 of The Heart Forger, again with about 250 pages to go. So these are definitely going into next week. At least these are like the biggest books on my TBR. So I'm not dressed, but I did put brand new sheets on my bed. Hey! So I've done like no reading so far today. I have showered, washed my hair. I have worked, but I have work again this afternoon. I've ear candled. Jesse candled me. I candled him. And I have changed my sheets, which I mentioned before. And I'm like half a page into today's story of future. I have like an hour and a half before I have to go to work. So I'm going to slam through this. Try and read a good portion of King of Fools, 70 pages, because my plan is today at bare minimum to read the 20 pages of this, 70 pages of Heart Forger, and 70 pages of King of Fools, and then I'll be on track for today. But I would love to read more than that. But seeing as it's now like 2:30, I'm not confident. But let's just crack on, right? So, update, as I'm about to head out to work, I did read the short story. It was called Sweet by Claire J. Coleman. And it focused around gender. She's an Indigenous author, so it also looked at that perspective. I really enjoyed it. I think it's the first from this collection that I would give it 5 stars. It was really nuanced while being simple. It explored things in delicate ways, and I just... Oh, that's the cat. Oh my god, that terrified me just... and I just really enjoyed it. It was a good time. I'm like more than halfway through the section of King of Fools, but I'm going to take the Heart Forger with me to work. I'm not sure what's on the cards today at work, so I don't know how much reading I will get done, but we'll see. I'm going to go now, get a bit of food on the way, go to work, and I'll be back later tonight. I'm starting to think it might be more achievable now to get this like hefty reading goal read. So, reading update and a finale to this vlog. I didn't meet my goal for today. Of course I didn't. We ended up watching 2 episodes of Glee after I got back from work, and I did finish the 70 pages of King of Fools, but I didn't read any of Heart Forger today. So that's where we're at. So I have about 250 pages of Heart Forger left and just under 200 pages of King of Fools left. I'm going to work on them both tomorrow. And then Wilder Girls is meant to come out Tuesday. So hopefully my bookstores have it and I can pick it up then and start reading it straight away. So I'm going to try and finish King of Fools and Heart Forger as early in the week as possible. while also prioritizing Wild Girls. Pray for me, because I still have so many other books I want to get to this month. One thing I wanted to say about King of Fools, and I was thinking about it earlier, if you are the kind of person who likes rules in your magic system, I really don't think this is for you. And I think that's because the magic system has a lot of scope, but it means it doesn't have strong, clearly defined rules. Like, it has a couple of rules, but it's not really about how it's more about the, like, inheritance of the magic rather than about the scope of the magic. The scope of the magic is really unrestricted, which leads for some cool stuff. But also, if you like rules in your magic system and you like knowing the limitations of your magic system, it doesn't really have that very well. So, because I had heard some people reviewing this series talking about how the magic system was poorly developed, and I don't think it's poorly developed. I just think it's not heavy rules-based magic system, and that's going to be for some people and not for other people. Personally, I enjoy it because I'm not super fussy, and I have a tendency to like magical realism and fabulism and stuff like that that don't have strong rules, so it doesn't really bother me. Like, I like a ruled system too, but no rules doesn't bother me in the slightest. So I'm really enjoying King of Fools. I think currently it's like a 4-star read. I think it's perfect, and I think it has that oomph, but we'll see what the final 200 pages bring. Anyway, it is Sunday night. I'm gonna crawl into bed and sleep, and then we'll start a new vlog in the morning. How do I wrap up vlogs? I don't know. What did we finish this week? Ghost of the Shadow Market. Read those 2 stories. Read Artemis Fowl. Read a lot of King of Fools and Heartforger, but still haven't finished them. Read quite a bit of Kindred. Bought some books. Have plans for next week. Oh god. I feel behind already. Like, kill me now. Kill me now. Look out for my next vlog, which will be week 2 of the Book Junkie Trials. I love you all. Have a good day, evening, afternoon, whatever is currently happening in your life right now, and I will see you next time with another vlog, video, something. Bye!